Open fabric, cross back when you're ready. Okay.
Roxy, I like that Hammy Yogier had us do our wings with our legs together. And then you can kind of drop or work your feet up to get that
fabric up. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I like to do the wings just because it feels good. It's a nice breeze in the middle of class. Okay, let's stand up and come back into standing into one side of our hammock. So take your boot out. Take your left foot out of your boot. Return onto your right foot. Okay, so I skipped over a pose, and that is what they call Leanna. I don't know how they want to say it. Either way, turn around so you can face me. So this Leanna pose doesn't seem like it's much of a pose, but in reality, I think what it helps people train is it's kind of like a pre-cross back and a pre-thigh lock move. So I'm gonna adjust myself slowly to face the other direction. Find that other edge. Okay, I'm gonna come back to the front. Make sure I'm not twisted. Okay, cool. So, if you know how to do thigh lock, which I think all of us do, what we've been calling thigh wrap, we're gonna start calling thigh lock because they have other series of things they call thigh wrap. So, thigh lock, remember you would hold on here. Well, first they have a pose called front arabesque, and we'll get this a little bit more later. But front arabesque is just gonna look like this, where you bring that non-standing foot in front and you shift so the hammock is behind you. Good. And then what you're gonna do is take your back hand on this fabric and you're gonna lean back towards it. Oh yeah, your foot is not in the front.
No, it's not.
Yeah, and then you're gonna bend your knee and you're gonna strike a pose.
It was when I was facing the other way.
This is not a restful pose you may recognize.
This is the Leanna?
Good, yeah. And then you're gonna reach up and you're gonna stand back up. And they'll do it on the other side. Yeah, Leanna is what they called it. So I think one of the things they said on there is it looks like it should be a restful pose, but it is not a restful pose. So let's go ahead and just switch out our feet. Let's put our left foot in. And I'll cue it better this time. Stick our right foot out. Good. Now we're going to hold on at about head height, and we're going to bring this right hip out in front of this right pole and shift our leg to the left. So the hammock's now behind our low back. Good. Now you're going to hug the fabric in that right armpit. With your left hand, you're going to drape it behind you. And this is going to be a pretty little flag. Can you imagine if you were spinning how pretty this would be?
Yeah.
And then you're going to bend your right knee or strike a pose with your right knee. Because as you can imagine, if you're spinning, this would be very pretty. And then reach your left hand back up. Come back up into a stand. And then let's go back down. Oh, I remember. We were going to review our butterfly drop. Yeah. Optional. You know, by now we would have already taught them how to get up and down. I'm kind of teaching you all the poses, but you teach it a little bit different. I'll go over that in a second. But for the butterfly drop, you're going to take the hammock behind you. You want to make sure at least your shoulders are covered. If you can cover your head, even better, but it's harder when you're taller to have enough extra fabric for that. Okay, and you're going to kind of think of wrapping yourself around like a mummy, and you're going to fall backwards. Ready, set, whee! If your fabric does not cover your head, then you really have to prepare yourself for that whiplash. I did check the video. They don't cover their head in the video. Yeah. But it's more comfortable if you do. Yeah. Okay, let's get out of that and then talk a little bit more about teaching points, and then we'll move on to the next part. We did a drop. Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know who she's written what to or anything. Okay.
I fell enough in Mrs. Wilson's too.
I was gonna put on leggings and I accidentally slept in because I think my body was like, I'm tired. And, 2 aerial dance classes in a day is a lot, I guess.
I just
Okay.
That was crazy, but yeah, no.
So there's different sections to what you would teach, right? So the first thing that we would teach is the pullovers, and then we teach the reviewing for standing butterfly, the front arabesque, the Lena, the cross back and the open fabric, the butterfly drop, which is always optional. I always show them how to do it without the drop. And then we're going to review swan dive, inverted mermaid, and then we're going to learn full body roll up, aka mermaid. And then we'll turn that into a whole flow, and then we'll add on optional dragonfly wings. And I have another whole optional bonus flow. I don't know if we'll get to it. We'll see. Okay, so let's do a pull over into our open hammock basic seat. Then we'll do swan dive, then we'll do inverted mermaid, and then we'll go over the full body roll up. So let's face the brick wall when we do our open fabric pullover, so we end up all facing me. So fan it out, give yourself a few handfuls. Pulling up and over. Remember, no momentum. No momentum. And then let go with one hand. Transition into that open fabric basic seat. Holy moly, I spun around a lot. Get those legs covered. Go into your swan dive. And from here, you'll be able to touch the ground. Good. Bye. Okay, now reach those arms up. Bring those legs out wide into your inverted star. And then cross your legs for that inverted mermaid. Good, and again, if we were twirling, this would be so pretty. Okay, so we have our inverted mermaid. And now we need to learn our full body roll up, which we call mermaid. So they use the words roll up because they do a full body roll up. They do a single leg open hammock roll up. They do a closed fabric roll up. Roll up is kind of it's the same movement, which is why I like calling it this. It's the same movement pattern, just done a little bit differently. So for this, what is probably the trickiest is if I'm holding on to my left pole, my knees need to be facing the opposite direction. Right, so I'm kind of like curling in on myself, like my head is going towards my feet. Now, some people probably have enough upper body strength to just use their upper body here. For me, that's awkward. I need to stand up into the hammock as I'm twirling around. So I'm gonna pull up as I throw myself around into the hammock. And it does require a little bit of oomph. Yep, all the way, all the way. I'll come help in a second. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Where should it be closer to the upper back or the lower back?
Good, and so your hammock's just a little bit low, Wendy. I'll come help you in a second, Shelby. Your hammock should be over your hip. Yeah, there you go. And then you can drape out. And then to get out, and then I'll come help you, Shelby, because this is a great example. We're going to hold on to the hammock, and then you're going to come back the way you came. Make sure you're covering your butt. So you're in that open hammock, open fabric seat. Okay, now I'm going to help Shelby. Okay, good. So my favorite way to spot people on this is actually to hold their feet still. Okay. So pull up as high as you can and twirl around. Nope. Ah, there you go. Yeah, that's it. Keep twirling. There you go. Uh-huh. So a lot of what you see wrong is people trying to twirl in the wrong direction. What are you doing, Kayla?
I don't know.
Get out.
Oops, sorry.
You're okay. Okay, so everyone watch because I'm going to show something with, actually Wendy's already in here. Long legs. Okay, so how I like to help people who are struggling is I say, bend your knees. So first of all, the thing people tend to do the most wrong is they try to point their knees at their hands. So that's the first thing people tend to do wrong, is they'll point their knees towards their hands. Then the thing they tend to want to do is they want to bring their head through the head side of the hammock, which isn't what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to bring your head around the outer pole. So I really will say around the outer pole. The second one is they get to standing. They don't commit to flinging themselves through that gap. That final part of throwing yourself through the gap is the hardest part. So my favorite way to spot is, again, to hold the legs and have your legs be a little straighter. Good. Pull yourself up and around. Good, there you go. And pull it up over your booty. You'll be more secure. Awesome. Okay.
We have a giggler.
I see his straight hair. Pluck. Okay. And then another area where I see people struggle. What was it? Oh, I remember. So when you're at the bottom, go ahead and come down to the bottom and I'll show you. Okay. People holding the hammock too low. So bring your hands lower and now try to do it and notice how much harder it is.
Oh, no. Yeah. Because there's no place to go.
Yeah.
There's no.
So the higher you reach, the easier it is going to be to pull yourself up.
Okay.
So yeah, try it on the other side now. If you haven't tried it on the other side, try it on the other side.
Oh, that side was harder for me.
Yeah. I noticed you were, how do I say it, like flat-footed, top-footed.
Okay.
Like you weren't really stepping up into the hammock.
Okay.
You were relying on your upper body more for that one.
Okay.
Well, that's fun.
I wonder if that's why.
Yeah.
That's
This
probably
one's,
why,
huh?
Probably why it was harder.
Yeah, exactly, because you weren't
all upper
using your
body,
legs.
yeah.
So this time, try to think a little bit more of stepping up.
Okay. These are going to go this way.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And then you will get people complaining about how it's uncomfortable for the ankles. Sometimes it is.
Yeah.
I need that for me.
What happens if you hang yourself?
Okay, let me watch you as you do this side.
Oh.
Side.
Oh.
Yeah. Knees point away from your hands. Reach up as high as you can. Good. And twirl around the outer edge. Legs straighter. Yeah, there you go. Pull yourself up and around. Yeah, you got to throw yourself.
Wow, this side is harder.
I know.
Me too. That side was harder. Or the other way.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Okay, so what is it that you did there? Do you know how to describe what it is that you did there?
Grunted and groaned.
Huh?
Grunted and groaned.
You stood up more.
Yeah.
So some people are really good at doing this from a very laying down horizontal position. And some people need to stand up a little bit more and be a little bit more
I found when
vertical.
you held my feet, it made me just automatically like not stand up. It made me try to do it all the time.
Oh, interesting.
And then I had to think about it and be like, no, stand up.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mermaid tail is very warm.
Yeah.
It's warm.
They are perfect mermaid tail colors.
Yeah.
You know, in theory, I have no idea what color a mermaid tail would be. Okay. So let's learn our flow, and then we'll do our bonus. We do have to be out of here right at 5 because we have a event at 5:15. So, sorry if it feels like I'm rushing you. It's because I am.
Got it.
Okay, so the full flow, and then we'll learn our bonus pose. So, full flow. Pull over to basic seat, open fabric. standing butterfly, Lena. Open fabric, cross back to straddle. Standing butterfly drop. Mermaid, aka full body roll up. Basic seat, open fabric, swan dive. And then return to open fabric, basic seat, and repeat on the other side. Sorry, say that again?
We face the back wall.
Yeah, to get started. So let's see if I remember. I'm going to cue it because I don't know if I'm going to remember it otherwise. So pull over to basic seat. Try to cheat using your legs.
I did. I'll admit it.
And then come up to your basic seat. Yep, very good. Okay, make sure your feet are covered. And then we're going to pull up to standing butterfly. We're skipping kneeling butterfly, just straight to standing. Good. Lena. So let's say step forward with the left foot. Let your right foot come out. Yeah, there you go. Make sure it's behind your back. And then use your back hand to drape open that fabric. Pretend you're twirly whirling. Come back up to a stand. And then come to open fabric cross back. So yeah, stay standing in your right leg. So maybe after we go out of Lena, we keep that foot floating, and then we bring that hammock behind us and give ourselves something to step in. Bring our legs out wide. Sit into your hammock. Butterfly your legs, because pretty. And if you'd like to straddle, then scooch the fabric over your bun. So bring your legs in front of you more and sit more. Yeah, there you go. Now it's easier to come over your buttons. Yeah, good. And then you can let yourself invert into straddle if you'd like. And then you're going to come out of it. We're going to do our standing butterfly drop, or just return to a basic fabric, open fabric, basic seat. Mouthful. But if you do your drop, make sure you're at least your shoulders, but preferably your head is covered. Yeah. Mummy yourself a little bit. Whee! And then from here, we're going to get into our mermaid. So sit up, grab onto the right pole. Or, yeah, we've been doing left, so let's do left pole. Bend your knees to the right. Yeah, left pole. Bend your knees to the right. Good. Reach up high. Pull yourself up and around a mermaid. Yeah, there you go. Keep throwing your hips over. Just got to sit back a little bit. It's just that final commitment. Let's see where we're at.
What happened?
This happens. Okay, cool. So bend your knees.
Okay.
And if we're holding onto the right pole, bend your knees in the opposite direction.
Oh, we're holding on to the right.
Hang on, you're all twisted.
Oh,
You're like, what is right? No, we were holding on to this side. Was it Rumi? Yeah. Okay, so bend your knees away from your hands.
Away from the hands.
Yep.
Yes.
Now reach up as high as you can. Be more upright. Good. Now twirl yourself up and over. Yeah, keep going. Yep, that's it. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and come on out of mermaid. Show me a swan dive. Mm-hmm.
Oops, nope. Hip.
Yeah. Beautiful. And then we would give people the option to do this again on the other side if we have time. Depends on how fast we move through things. Do you guys want to do this one more time, or do you want to learn the bonus pose?
Bonus pose.
Bonus pose. All right, come watch the bonus pose. Okay. So
Sound effect heavy.
it's like a mermaid, except she only goes like a half wrap instead of a full wrap, and then she brings the wings through. So here it is. So she gets into her mermaid a little bit differently. So she's doing a back bend first. So we could do the regular mermaid we already learned first. And then she's going to sit back into the hammock. And she's going to do her mermaid, but only half of a wrap. She doesn't do the final throw your hips through. And then she finds her wings.
Oh, so it's almost like if you were getting into a cross back with the closed hammock.
With the twisty?
Yeah.
But her legs are, be nice to see from the front too, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so her knees are covered. So it's like she has to be able to kneel in the hammock, right? She needs to have her knees covered for this one. Good. And then she stood up and she twirled around halfway, right? So hold your hands onto one pole, twirl around that pole. Halfway. Wait, I think I twirled around wrong. Hang on. I haven't practiced this yet. It just looked like it would be easy. Story of our life. Okay. My foot got caught. Was it like this? What did I miss? Maybe I was wrong in how easy it looked. I feel like maybe I just need to turn around. Well, now, I don't know. I can't remember. My knees are stuck. Oh.
Watch it with more.
Yeah, go ahead. There you go. Oh, nope. Up. Up.
Maybe?
It's too tight for wings, though.
I know what it looks like.
Do we know you have to be at the back of our open house?
Yeah, she's at the back. Standing in the back.
Whew.
Move her body through to the front. Oh, it's from her knee.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I feel like it's just, if I were in Mermaid, they were to do half a mermaid. And then I would have wings. Right? Is it this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I just started in Mermaid and did half a mermaid and then pulled out my wings. Instead of trying to throw my hips all the way through, I just faced the other side. Yeah, just pull yourself through to face the other side. Stay on your knees. Yeah, bring your arms through. Yeah, and then you, here, I'm gonna touch your butt. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and then you just have to, this just got a little tight. There's one wing.
Oh, she twists. I was looking at it. She twists like from kneeling.
Is this the dragonfly?
Yeah.
Kind of, except I feel like this pulled through
Yeah.
like
Work.
Oh yeah.
this to have a little bit more twist. No, or maybe this part was bring your arm through, but hold here.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's a little different, but it's kind of the same. Yeah, I don't know. It's not quite right. Yeah, maybe it wasn't as easy as I thought it looked. Story of my aerial life.
Yeah.
That looks easy. I should be able to do that.
Not easy.
Wait, what?
Every time I'm like, oh, that's easy. Oh, I can't do that. So she's kneeling. She's on one.